Up guys, Zidro back here with a new video, and today we are playing CSGO. Now, why can I not use my goddamn... Okay, I couldn't use my weapon. So, we are playing CSGO because I wanted to show to you guys a little guide about how to get CSGO and stuff. Because it always isn't it isn't always the easiest thing to understand. So, CSGO is a first-person shooter where terrorists are against counter-terrorists. They all have guns and shoot at each other. Alright, so right now I'm on the terrorist side and I am with the starting weapon, the Glock 18. Now, honestly, this is not a good weapon at all. Body shots, you are Iron Man, and headshots need at least 3 to get your target, and the aiming isn't that good either. So that is just 1 out of 10. Now, this gun, you do move pretty fast, and if you are good at scoring headshots, then this can actually become a bit lethal. Now, it is still a Glock, so let's not get overcarried, boys, but it could be not too bad. It has 2 modes of firing. It has a single shot and a burst mode. Next, we have the dual Berettas. They are, well, this is a 2-gun weapon, and you might say to yourself, 2 guns? That's completely OP. I'm gonna take this weapon all the time. You idiot. Not at all. This weapon isn't the worst weapon, honestly. I'd give it a 3 out of 10. But it isn't the best either, because first, well, the movement speed isn't half bad. The aiming on this thing. Seriously, imagine the head of somebody right here. That gun will literally do that. And yes, you would score birdie shots, but still. I wouldn't recommend getting that gun. I will only get it, in my opinion, if you had a good advance, and the enemies are like behind of 3 points or 4 or 5, because honestly there's no other way you should use that weapon at all. This is just a meh weapon in my opinion, and you shouldn't really use it. There are some weapons that are easy to use when you start CSGO, and some weapons that are harder to use when you are in CSGO. I would say this one is in the more middle, because you start getting headshots with this thing. It can get pretty good, but honestly, don't try. You can try it out for yourself, but see for yourself if you're good at with it. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. This is just a meh weapon in my opinion. Now, the bad thing about all of this is that it has actually really cool skins. It's just like the Glock 18. Not a lot of people play with it, but it has some amazing skins. So that is the worst part about it. It's just not that well used gun with such good skins that it just becomes sad at one point. As you can see, this was about 15 cents to get my hands on one of these, and still I think that is a bit too much. As you can see, the skins are just amazing, and that is quite sad in my opinion. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. Next, we will be talking about the P250. Now, the P250 is it's a weapon that is joked with a lot. But no, there's absolutely no reason to joke with it, because it's 1 shot, 1 kill rule, as the headshot deals. It can kill you with a headshot when an M4 couldn't. Well, now it is not like this anymore. Well, I'm not gonna say sadly, but yeah, the P250 is actually not too bad of a weapon if you have good accuracy. As you can see, you just don't shoot too much. You don't do freaking like that. Then you will hit your targets most of the time. And yeah, it has some amazing skins too, and some really good details. I think I would give it about a 5 out of 10, because before it was about a 9 out of 10 because of its headshot potential. But now, honestly, it's not that bad of a weapon. It's just the gun that you want to have when you're in round 2 or 3, after it gets a little bit more complicated. But yeah, honestly, it's not too bad. You have a fairly good reload time. It's actually quite rapid. Now I can't really show it to you because I've run out of ammo, but you guys have already seen it before. The running speed with it is really good, actually, honestly, and the rate of fire isn't half bad. So yeah, it's a weapon. It does the job, and pretty well, actually. Now I wouldn't recommend it for really high stages of the game, but you do you, honestly. But I wouldn't take it if I were you at like high stages of the game. Alright, so yeah, that was the PC-50. Alright, now we're gonna be talking about the Tech 9. You guys have probably already heard of this as Rush Beat, Tech 9, and other names of the sort, actually. And it isn't a bad weapon, honestly. It's not bad. It has actually a really good accuracy, and still it has the famous rule of one shot headshot. So yeah, it does more damage, and you can't really do this anymore with it because the accuracy was pulled down, and that is good. So now you're more trained to actually not shoot all the time. Now, if you are good at aiming, then this will become literally lethal for the other teams. Like, get out, he has a Tech 9 and it's actually good at it. Oh no! And then yeah, that basically happens. Overall, I would give it about a 7 out of 10, honestly, because you can't spam with it, which is good. It's just an overall good weapon. But 7 out of 10 and not 9 out of 10 for the simple and good reason that when you start off, you may think this is an automatic pistol, and it's not, because, yeah, basically. No. Oh, well, it doesn't work. Sadly. Honestly, this is a fairly good weapon overall. It has good, I mean, if you don't use it like this, then it has good aim. If you don't spam with it, then it has good aim. But it is really a good weapon. You should definitely try it out. I think it is more to be used when you're really getting good at the game, because it still requires a good aim. Next, we will be talking about the last gun that I'm going to show today, because actually it's not going to be the last gun, but today I'm only showing guns. I'm going to do I'm actually recording this in parts. So this is going to be part 1, guns, and there's going to be about 4 parts, because the rifles and the grenades are going to be together. This is the Desert Eagle. It's kind of inaccurate, honestly, but it is very powerful. It is, though, inaccurate, so it is more of a middle range, close range weapon than long range, because at long range you can't hit anything. Honestly, you have to stay like that for a long time after you can really hit things. So yeah, it has quite a low ammo capacity, sadly. It's not too bad. The running accuracy with it is just a pistol, so it's 230 units if I'm correct, as opposed of the gun of the knife, which is the highest running. Not running accuracy, running speed, which is very speedy. So yeah, honestly, it's not a half bad weapon. It's quite good. Honestly, it's really good. I wouldn't use it when I would use it when you start the game, but I would only use it when you start the game and when you're getting close to things, because when you're getting close to things, you have, how can I say that? When you're getting close to enemies, you just do more damage, because you don't wait, you just spam to get them. So yeah, overall I would give it a 7 out of 10. Alright, so this is this CZ75 Auto. This CZ75 Auto is an automatic pistol. It is from Czechoslovakia, if I'm correct. It is an automatic pistol. Honestly, it's not that good of a pistol. Maybe if it's automatic, it's like, oh, an automatic pistol, an AK-47. No, not at all. It can be really good if you're good at it, but it takes a lot of skill to be good at it. This is why I would say you play it only when you are really good at the game, because you need to get headshots and stuff, and that is really hard to do. So honestly, don't play it when you start out, or I mean, you can try it out, and if you're good at it, well, good for you. But if you're not good at it, just like don't pick it again until you're medium level, and then after don't pick it again until you're like good level, because this CSGO, it is super hard to control. I mean, the recoil is just like, it's a gun, so honestly, it's not bad, but in beginner, you're never, like, you're gonna get crushed in beginner. Your first game, you are going to get crushed. You might get a few kills, but you are going to get crushed. Just deal with it. And the CSGO isn't gonna help you. So yeah. Okay, now let's get on with the counter-terrorist guns. Now, there's a lot of guns that I've already mentioned, so I'm just gonna show you guys the guns that I haven't mentioned already. So this is the P2000. This is the gun that everybody tells you, like, it's not as good as the UMP S, as the UMP, yeah, as the UMP. Honestly, I don't think either, but like, this is more for aggressive people. If you're aggressive and you have good aim, then this is definitely gonna be the gun for you. I mean, the good aim is more for the USP, for the USP S. But this is more for aggressive playstyle players, because like with this gun you go fast, you do damage, and just like you score body shots usually, and if you score a headshot, well, good for you. But honestly, I think you should more play with the USP, so that you really train your aim. I honestly really do think, because it just helps. Now, this gun has some pretty boring skins, sadly. It doesn't really have the effective skins on it, and I don't want to like crap on your favorite skins, honestly. If you like them, that is good, that's good. But in my opinion, it doesn't have the best skins in the game. So, like, in my opinion, you should be more on the USPS. And I mean, if you're good with it, then definitely do consider playing with it. But to improve your aim, you should definitely play with the USPS, because it requires really headshots, and once you mastered headshots, then you basically mastered the game. If you can't do headshots, I mean, everybody can do headshots. You just need to give in a little bit. But if you can't do headshots in this game, then like the AK-47 isn't going to be as useful. The USP isn't going to be as useful. A lot of guns aren't going to be as useful. You couldn't play the SSG-08, if I'm correct. It's the little sniper that you can afford on like almost all the rounds. So yeah, it's not a bad weapon, definitely not. But it's just not as appealing. Yeah, it's just not as appealing. Next we'll be talking about the 5.7. The 5.7 is a weapon that is trolled, put in memes, and a lot of stuff. Now, if you're asking yourself, why is it? Because of its recoil pattern. You can basically start with body shots, and because the recoil pattern just goes up with a few shots, you basically always land headshots with this thing. This is why so many people take it as a meme or as just the ultimate OP gun. And yes, yeah, it still has that rule of one-shot headshots. So yeah, this is why this gun is hated and loved. It will basically have a love-hate relationship with this gun. It has the skin attribute on the side. Definitely, in my opinion. For example, this is quite like a cheap skin. This is a really cheap skin, and as you can see, it really looks amazing. So yeah, I think this gun, I would give it about 9 out of 10, just because it isn't a rifle, and you're not supposed to play a rifle with a gun. This is just the bad thing that, like, I think Valve already started the move with the P250, because they have nerfed the P250, and I think they should start trying to nerf the 5.7. Now, the 5.7, as I said, has a lot of skins. For example, as the banana business capillary is a good one. It has a lot of good skins actually. It has Hyper Beast, which is something that a lot of guns should have, in my opinion, because Hyper Beast is it's just like, I know you guys have heard about Asimov. You guys all know that white, black, and orange up skins. Like, oh, I want to have that skin. Well, the Asimov skin, it's basically the same as Hyper Beast. It's in different weapons, and it is a really good skin. In all, I think that the 5.7 is a good weapon, and you can actually play it when you start, because you can land easy headshots, and it's just easier to play the game with it. I'm just trying to kill myself right now. Anyways, I'm gonna, like, the game is gonna be ending in another last time. So yeah, this is a 5.7, neat weapon. Alright, pistols. And almost last is the really memed on pistol. Now, this is a fidget spinner. You can literally do this with this gun. If you just spam the inspect and reload key, this can become a fidget spinner. Now I know you guys will be like, what are you talking about? So this gun has a really good running accuracy, and its alternate fire is actually quite good at close range. Now, I personally, you guys probably will hate me for this, but I love this gun. I like it, I know. At close range, you can be like McCree, because I play a lot of Overwatch, and dang, I love that game. And yeah, you can, it has some actually pretty skins. This is the rebuild skin. It's not that expensive, about $1 or $2, and I know you guys are on only centimes budget, because I am on those. I started with this. Everybody started with like a cents budget. So this is my this is the R8 revolver. I would give it a neat 8 out of 10, just for the simple reason that it is quite a neat gun. And it is a revolver, and I love revolvers. So yes, this is every McCree's wet dream. And last but certainly not least, the USPS. Now, a lot of people talk about this weapon, and it fairly deserves a 9 out of 10 for the simple reason that, okay, first thing on this gun, the #1 rule: never, and I say never, take the silencer out. Because after, it just becomes loud, ineffective, and you just literally can't aim with it. This is a really good gun. It is free for CTs. You start with it, and yes, this gun is fairly decent, because what happens is, if you can land headshots on the first round, nobody has helmets. You get your head cut clean off, because it one-shots headshots. So if you have good accuracy, you can headshot all of them terrorists and just kill everything. I would give, yeah, a 9 out of 10. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, then please consider leaving a like. Part 2 of heavies will come fairly quickly, but for now, this has been the gun tutorial. If you have any other ideas or opinions, just put them in the comments, and I will be sure to let everybody know of your opinions. It was Zidro. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.